The fairy tale that I want to tell you today is titled Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful young girl named Belle. She lived in a small village with her father, Maurice, who was a kind and gentle man. Belle was known throughout the village for her beauty, but what truly set her apart was her love for books. She spent hours in the village library, reading and losing herself in stories of far-off places and magical creatures. One day, Maurice set off on a journey to sell his inventions at a nearby market. As he traveled through the forest, he became lost and stumbled upon a magnificent castle hidden deep within the trees. Curious, Maurice entered the castle and was greeted by an enchanted staff of household objects: a talking teapot, a candelabra with glowing candles, and a clock that chimed the hour. The staff informed Maurice that the castle belonged to a fearsome beast who lived alone, cursed by an enchantress for his cruel and selfish ways. The beast could only be freed from the curse by learning to love and be loved in return. Maurice, filled with fear and concern for his daughter, begged the beast to let him go and return to Belle. The beast, moved by Maurice's sincerity, agreed to let him go on one condition. Maurice must send his daughter Belle to live in the castle in his place. Maurice, knowing the danger, but desperate to save his daughter, reluctantly agreed and set off back to the village to break the news to Belle. When Belle heard of her father's plight, she knew she must go to the castle in his place. She bid farewell to the villagers and set off into the forest, guided by the enchanted staff of the castle. As she arrived at the gates of the castle, she could feel a sense of foreboding and fear creeping up in her heart. Once inside, Belle was greeted by the talking teapot, Mrs. Potts, who welcomed her with open arms. The candelabra, Lumiere, led her to her room and assured her that the beast meant her no harm. Belle, filled with a sense of trepidation, agreed to stay in the castle and await the arrival of the fearsome beast. Days passed, and Belle spent her time exploring the castle and getting to know the enchanted staff. Despite their best efforts to make her feel at home, Belle could not shake the feeling of being a prisoner in the castle. She longed for her father and the freedom of the village, but she knew she must stay and fulfill her promise. One day, as Belle wandered through the castle gardens, she stumbled upon the beast. He was unlike anything she had ever seen. A towering figure with fur as dark as night and eyes as bright as emeralds. Despite his fearsome appearance, Belle sensed a sadness and loneliness in the beast's eyes that touched her heart. As days turned into weeks, Belle and the beast slowly began to form a bond. Belle discovered that beneath his rough exterior, the beast was kind and gentle, with a love for books and music that rivaled her own. They spent hours in the castle library, reading and sharing stories of their pasts and dreams for the future. As their friendship blossomed, Belle began to see the true beauty within the beast. She saw his kindness, his compassion, and his desire to be loved and accepted for who he truly was. She realized that true beauty lies not in outward appearances, but in the depths of one's heart. One night, as Belle sat by the fire in the castle library, the beast approached her and declared his love for her. Belle was stunned and confused, unsure of her own feelings towards the beast. She knew she cared for him deeply, but could she truly love someone so different from herself? As she struggled with her feelings, Belle was visited by a vision of her father. Maurice warned her of a dark force that threatened the castle and the beast, urging her to listen to her heart and follow her true desires. With a newfound sense of certainty, Belle realized that she had fallen in love with the beast and vowed to break the curse once and for all. With the help of the enchanted staff, Belle devised a plan to set the beast free from the curse. she ventured into the forbidden west wing of the castle, where the enchanted rose that held the beast's fate was kept. As she reached out to touch the rose, a dark figure materialized before her, the enchantress who had cursed the beast so long ago. The enchantress revealed herself to be the true villain of the story, seeking to destroy the beast and claim the castle as her own. Belle, filled with courage and determination, confronted the enchantress and demanded that she release the beast from the curse. The enchantress, taken aback by Belle's bravery, agreed to lift the curse on one condition. Belle must prove her love for the beast by kissing him before the last petal of the enchanted rose fell. Racing against time, Belle hurried to find the beast and declare her love for him. As she reached the castle courtyard, she saw the beast lying motionless on the ground, the final petal of the rose falling to the ground before her eyes. In a moment of desperation, Belle knelt beside the beast and kissed him, pouring all her love and devotion into the gesture. To her surprise, a brilliant light filled the courtyard, and the beast's form began to shimmer and change before her eyes. Before Belle stood a handsome prince, his eyes filled with gratitude and love for the girl who had saved him from his curse. The enchantress, now revealed in her true form, disappeared with a wave of her hand, defeated by the power of true love. Belle and the prince embraced, their hearts overflowing with joy and happiness. The enchanted staff cheered and celebrated, their human forms restored at last. The castle was filled with music and laughter as Belle and the prince danced beneath the stars, embarking on a new chapter of their lives together. And so, Belle and the prince lived happily ever after, their love shining bright and true for all to see. The villagers of the small village rejoiced in their newfound happiness, basking in the light of the fairy tale romance that had blossomed in their midst. And as the years passed, the story of Beauty and the Beast became a beloved legend, passed down through generations as a testament to the power of love and redemption.